Well, good Saturday morning to y'all. What are y'all up to? Mom and I just finished a wonderful late, it's lunch. But we had breakfast food for lunch. Did we, Mama?
Oh, yeah.
Mama said don't show her.
No, don't show me.
Mama, tell them what you've been up to.
I've been making jellies.
She has made all that jelly juice up. She's worked. That's the reason we didn't have breakfast. She was cooking.
Busy.
The stove was taken, wasn't it, Mama?
Huh?
The stove was taken.
Oh, yeah, it was taken. I was over in the whole way, taking up all the room.
But now, Mama don't eat breakfast till late anyway. I eat breakfast early, and I did this morning. I got up and I had a everything bagel and coffee, and that was at, actually it was at 4 something because the princess decided we should get up early this morning. And we did, and we went out, and it was beautiful this morning. Not fall, but not hot summer. It was like a medium morning. I said, Actually, I tried getting up when she came hollering. But once I did get up at 4 or something, I felt a little better. And I thought, oh, it's so pretty out here. And I've got to enjoy this beautiful sky. Didn't have no coffee, though. She didn't have time for that mess, she said. Let's go right now. So we went out right then. But I did eventually get some coffee, and this is some coffee. This morning, I took the time to perk it on the stove, like my granny always did. There is a little difference in the electric perk and the stove perk, but not a lot. I still get that beautiful electric perk every day. But there's a huge difference between this and a Drip-O-Matic. Check it out. Check it out. All right, Mama. What did you have for your beautiful brunch?
Oh, I just had some gravy and a biscuit.
Gravy, biscuit, sausage. And I fixed me an egg. Well, actually, I fixed me 2. And coffee. And it was wonderful. Wonderful. We didn't decide to come on here with you all until we was over half through. And Mama said, I wonder, she said, well, first of all, we were talking about what are we going to do today? You know, we really don't have anything we have to do today. It's a free day. I love those days. But we were talking about it, and we made some plans, and we backed out on them. But with good reason, not lazy. We weren't being lazy. We were planning on thrifting today, and I said, maybe we could go thrifting today, and if there's not a lot there, we could do coffee time at the thrift store. And we talked around a minute, and then Mama said, we can't go nowhere. And I said, why? She said, because the COVID is out again. And I got to thinking, yeah, it's out. It's just time to consider it and be extra careful. So for the next few weeks, our runnings and comings and goings will be necessary only. And I know y'all are going to fuss and say, oh, John, you're too... Mama, I can't see, Mama. I have to flip back and forth.
No.
She's in her regular spot. This is where we normally eat. I eat here where y'all see me every day. She eats over there. But now, when we're filming, she's right here on this corner. So we can see,
And each other's, in your lap.
Yeah, we're close, elbow to elbow. Even though she looks like she's in the other room most of the time. But I know y'all fuss and say I'm too bossy, and that I'm thinking about putting Mama on quarantine. I'll do the grocery shopping, I'll do the running around, because she likes to do some of it, but she ain't crazy about none of it, are you?
Oh, I sure don't like grocery shopping.
I do a lot of the grocery shopping for her, if she'll let me, but most of the time, nah, I'm just going to run by the store.
Yeah.
So I think, Mama, for a couple of weeks, it wouldn't hurt for you to stay in. You agree with that, or are you going to give me some pushback?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
During the other, when we was mandated quarantine.
I didn't go nowhere.
She didn't go nowhere. I was so glad they helped me out with that, because I was like, Mama, this stuff's going around. You better stay in. Oh, I can get out. I won't keep her in if she don't want to stay in, but I wish she would let me, do all the running and her stay in for the next 2 weeks or so, and let's see what's going on. It's out there, and I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just trying to make you aware. If you have compromised immune system, which Mama don't really, but I don't want her getting sick. I just don't want her getting sick at all. And during these times, I take extra precautions. Like, I'll wear a mask when I'm out, and I will sanitize my hands before I get out of my vehicle and come in. I know y'all know I'm crazy, but I have this little routine I do when COVID is in its peak. I hand sanitize my hands good, and then I put some more hand sanitizer and I rub it in, and I block my nose and my face. I want to try to do all I can, and I'll do the same thing before I go into a store. So I will put a little hand sanitizer. I don't snort it. I just sort of get it right there where the germs are going to go in, and then I put my mask on, and I hopefully they get in that hand sanitizer before they get in my nose. Go ahead and make fun. I don't care. But I think of Mama as much as I think of myself. When I'm out and about, I'm coming home, and I want her to be safe, so I take those extra precautions. I do try to wear a glove. One glove they determined was the best to do. So I wear the one glove and one ungloved, and I use my gloved hand to touch the cart, the buggy, the whatever I'm buying, try to do that and keep my other one to myself, as much as I can in my pocket or whatever. And then when I'm getting gas, I'll use a glove, or I'll either use, sometimes quicker on getting gas, I've found, is just an old grocery store bag. We still have plastic here. I don't know if y'all have plastic or not. But a grocery store bag just kept in your door panel, and you just grab one out, grab that handle, do your gas, then take it off, throw it in that trash can right there, conveniently located near the gas pumps, and you're done. Because they say that was when COVID was coming around the first time, that was a real carrier of it, was those gas pumps. Mama don't pump gas.
I used to all the time.
But she don't pump gas. I don't like them fumes going, I'm overprotective. I know y'all are fussing. Anyway, let's see. Is anybody fussing at me? I totally agree. I don't know who read. Somebody's saying I should stop with all the COVID nonsense. Well, I know different people have masks don't work. I know, Sandra. Masks keep you from touching your own face. They're not keeping that germ out. I know we've always had this controversy with COVID. Some people, say this is conspiracy, but no matter what you think about it, we've had family members that died from it. First cousins that died from COVID, more than one. And it's real. So it's there. Whether you believe in it or not, no matter how you think we got it. And it's no different than the flu or any other thing we've got going on. And like I said when I started, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying what we're doing. And it's in our area, and it's serious, So whether you want to wear a mask or not, we're not debating that today. I don't care what you do. It's you. You do you. You do what makes you comfortable. So I do know when we were masked up, we had very few cases of flu and other things. But that is a personal decision, just like everything else in your life. It's a personal decision whether you want to wear a mask or not. It's not debatable, and people don't need to be arguing about it. Come on, people. You all got more to do than argue about COVID, or whether COVID's real, or whether somebody should or shouldn't talk about it. Whether you talk about it or not, it's out there. People are being diagnosed with it. Some people have mild cases. Some people die from it. We've had family die from it. So as long as I know this isn't a fairy tale, and I know it's really out there, then why would I choose to ignore it or not take precautions? Simple precautions. Now, we're not even going to get into the whole vaccination thing. You do that according to you. But as far as just taking precautions, yeah, I think we should take precautions every year for flu and colds and all kinds of stuff, because they all can kill you. Don't go mindlessly through life thinking 100% this or 100% that. Don't go through saying, "Oh, it's okay, I ain't gonna worry about it." That's you. You do you. But anyway, we didn't come out to talk about that. How do we get? I guess I'm the one that started it.
You're on that rabbit trail.
On that rabbit trail, Mama said. We come on to talk about Saturday. Today. That's how we get started. We were going to go do something, then we decided. And you're in a high volume, and those thrift stores are high volume. Because they got some good stuff. I usually like to pick quality stuff. I don't want to go in and get a whole bunch of junk or something that has to dust. I want to get McCoy pieces or one piece of a plate or something that's antique. I love all that stuff. But that's always something good to be mindful of, is get some quality pieces, something that you enjoy. So that makes you happy when you look at it. Something when you use it. Don't just set it up. Use that stuff. Use that stuff every day. Let's see what else is going on. Yum. Saturday brunch. Yeah. We usually do early breakfast, but Mama was tied up. Mama, tell them your totals.
On my jelly, I've got almost 7 whole pints.
Wow.
Not no high pints this time. 7 whole pints.
And it's delicious and beautiful. We can't touch it. I'll show you tomorrow. You can't touch it for 24 hours. I did the other night, and I about got a good talking to. When I held that one up. When I held that one up, Mama said, "I hope that one's sealed." I said, "Well, if it don't, we'll eat it first." It's sealed. Mama anything she can, she doesn't touch it for 24 hours. Once she feels it, sets it on her towels. That's it, ain't it, Mama?
Yeah.
We don't touch it for 24 hours. And that's a good rule, ain't it, Mama?
Jode it around and keep it from sealing.
You could. Or you could, maybe it's not sealed completely.
Well, that's still warm.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Still warm. Absolutely delicious. But the jelly is so good. I love apple jelly. And this is a pink colored apple jelly because of the apple she used. Some apple jellies are just golden colored, but these are pink colored.
These hulls was red and green.
The hulls is red. And that's what she makes mine of. Now this jelly is not made with the apples. It's made with the peels. Boil the peels and then strain the juice. And that's how she made the jelly. The apples are safe and tucked in their little freezer here, and they're ready for apple pies. They're marked. Their future is already, their destination's already made. There'll be apple pies or fried apples for breakfast, or fried apples for Christmas, cinnamon apples. I can't wait for the winter when it's apple time. And Mama makes more apple pies in the winter, of course. And we always like to have red cinnamon apples for Christmas. I think the reason we like to have them, Mama likes to have them because they're pretty. And they look like Christmas. I like to have them because they're delicious. And I love that red cinnamon. And we make those with sugar and red cinnamon hots. Those little discs. How many bags, Mama?
It's just according to how many apples you have. If you set them on there and let them sit, the longer they sit, the redder the apples will get through and through.
And we usually make those the day before.
Yeah.
Let them sit in the refrigerator overnight, then bring them out and heat them up for the real meal.
Oh, yeah, and that way their color's pretty.
And they sit all night long. And then when you cut into the apple, it's red, red, red all the way through.
Yeah, if you don't let them sit, if you just put them in there and heat them, cook them a few minutes back off, you'll have red on the outside and white on the inside.
Oh, they're still delicious. but you want to give every opportunity to get some good red cinnamon apples going. Love apple jelly, Lisa. It is so good. It really is. Fried apple pies. Emily, I know. Those are my favorite pies. Mama is going to make me some cherry ones because I love cherry too. But that'll be probably with a canned filling or blueberry with a canned filling because we didn't put up any cherries or blueberries.
No, we didn't do that.
So we may try some with some good flavored fruit filling.
Comstock filling or whatever.
Comstock is a good brand that we use sometime. And sometimes Mama will doctor it up just a tinge with her own stuff. Mama, I'm having to twist.
It's all twisted around. I told you I'm not camera presentable this
You're always
month.
presentable, Mama.
No, I've been working. I ain't take time to do it.
I've done a little bit of work. I did lay back down this morning. It was Saturday. So at 4:30 I laid back down. I thought, I don't have to be up right now. And I was a little sleepy. And I thought, well, I'll just lay down. So I got back up in about an hour and a half. And I've got some laundry together to do. And been out on the porch seeing what we need for next week. I've done all kinds of goodies.
Oh boy. What do we need next week?
Well, I think we're pretty caught up, Mom. I think we've got to get that fireplace. We're looking at a gas fireplace up there, so we've got to get that on order. I don't know how long it's going to take. But other than that...
All the pipes and connectors and
Right,
everything.
so that's the next project. So the tile's going down, and we'll show y'all once...
Maybe next week the tile will be put down.
Yeah, once the tile goes down, it looks like something. It's hard to. I've taken pictures of it, and I thought even the pictures don't look right. So until the floor gets down, you can actually see what's coming together. So we will. It's about time to show y'all the work in progress. We already had the porch there, but it was small. It was like 12 by 16, not too small, but. And basically, I asked the contractor, I said, can you just grab this wall and stretch it to the end of the house? He said, I can do that. That's exactly what I want, the same look. We couldn't find the tile, though. And let me tell you.
Oh, wow, that's been a mess.
Let me tell you. I was out there. I took a crowbar. And you would think this tile would be fragile and you could just pop it up. We had a 12 to 16 area that was tiled with a different color. So we went with a gun stock wood looking plank tile. It's good tile, it's thick and it's in the long planks. And it matches the hardwood. It matches this right here. So it looks just like this when you've got it, when it's out there on the porch. Now, we did have a light cream color, which is in the sunroom, and it went all the way out on the porch, which that's what I wanted. Just keep going with that. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find anything to match.
You think square or beige tile, you could find it anywhere to match it. But
Anywhere.
no,
But you cannot. You would be so amazed when
they
you start.
switch colors and shading and everything just to...
When you start putting it side by side, it's like red and white. It's like that nowhere near matches. We searched high, we searched low, we even went to the company. They said that was discontinued 4 years ago, you know. Anyway, so we had to opt for a different tile. So instead of trying to match that close or do a different tile in the room adjoining it, which we did do, but I mean, instead of just being totally different, it matches the wood. So you go from this color wood to the sunroom to that color tile. That's the best we could do. And sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to make it look as good as you possibly can. And Mama was happy with it, and that was the seal of approval. Once Mama was happy with it, she said, oh, I like that. I love that tile. And then we're good with it. Once Mama says it's good, we're good.
Once it's down, it's staying down. We ain't taking that no more tile.
Oh, that's what I started telling you. Taking that 12 by 16 room, the contractors worked on it one whole day. Mama went out there and worked on it. She had a little She did the, I did the, I got a crowbar. Mama had a little chisel and a little hammer, and she did more than I could. She just go up under it.
I took up quite a bit.
Chiseled away. I said, Mama, what are you out here doing? She said, it's helping me. I'm enjoying it. I said, well, okay, Mama. Look at her. She don't look like a tile carrier, does she?
They got the rest of the tile up the next day when they come.
Uh-huh.
But I took up quite a what's that?
It was really hard to get up. And it was strong. I mean, I took a crowbar and hit right in the middle of one. Thought it was shattered.
I took a little sledgehammer and couldn't crack the tile.
You couldn't crack it. Couldn't crack it. But it all come up. Now, it would break when you get up under it sometimes.
That chisel.
A few of them broke, but not a lot of them broke, do they?
Not a lot, no.
But anyway, I hated to have to do that. I'm not about waste of any kind of food or towel or anything else. But you couldn't have...
It would have looked awful.
Yeah, you couldn't have.
Different.
So that's been our only hiccup in this whole project is trying to match the time.
Yeah.
And we searched high and low for that, could not do it. They had some really close.
But when you got it right next to it, it wasn't.
But when you laid it on the floor, it's like, dum, dum, totally different. So there was nothing doing to just take it up. She been busy all day making apple jelly, Charles says. It's going to say Mama looks tired. Mama is tired.
Yeah.
Mama got up early. She's made apple jelly all morning. I did make brunch, though. Now, Mama made biscuits. This was a two-part thing. You had a biscuit and sausage early.
Early, yeah.
So she had biscuit and sausage early, and she made an extra biscuit or two, and that's what we used. And I made gravy and eggs, and then we put it all together to a brunch because I was getting hungry, and I didn't want lunch food. You know, I didn't really want lunch food, so this was delicious. I love a good Saturday morning brunch.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we'd just jump on here and see what you all are up to today. What are you eating today, Sheila? I don't know what we're having later. Mama, you got any ideas?
I don't know. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to go sow a little mustard in my raised bed out there.
Mama's sowing mustard and radishes today.
No, I didn't get radishes. They didn't.
Mama.
They didn't have them.
So what do we do?
I'm just going to sow mustard out there in that little raised bed.
We always put radishes in ours to keep the bugs at bay. And the bugs don't eat. I don't know. Do they eat the radishes instead of the... What's the process on that? Why do we do that? Does it run them off from all of it? Is that what?
It says it keeps them away. I've always just sowed a few in with my mustard, but I'm going to get out there and sow it in a few minutes. I think they're giving change of rain tomorrow.
Why don't you take a few of those radishes in the refrigerator and
plant
them and see if they come up?
I don't know about that.
They got roots on them or little... I can already tell she ain't gonna do that. She thinks that's a crazy idea.
I think it's the greenery that they don't like because the radishes is underground.
Probably is the greenery, but it helps with the bugs. So if you can plant you some radishes, I can't believe we can't find radishes.
If they didn't have onions either, I was going to put me some later green onions out.
But we've got onion sprouts.
There's some out there up green, big enough to eat. But
See,
some places,
those onions we've been planting, showing y'all we've been planting, they're coming up. Ready to eat, she says. We may have to recycle. I love the idea of knowing you can get green onions, plant the roots, and they'll come right back as another green onion. We've done that with several things.
Yeah.
Even celery, which our celery...
Only celery, well, that ground out there is just like potting celery.
Our celery just went crazy.
It just grows
It went rogue.
real tall.
It went rogue. It was 2 foot tall. But we did plant it and try it.
It did come up and it did grow.
And it probably would have tasted like celery. I mean, those big green plumes.
But it sure didn't. It just got little stems
and frail looking,
Yeah.
about 2 foot tall. It didn't get what it needed. We are not celery farmers.
no.
All you celery farmers can go back to rest. We
ain't
gonna take over all your business because we couldn't even grow one stalk. Well, we did grow something. celery-ish. But I'm telling you, that thing shot up. We were so excited as it was growing. Mom said, look at this, how big it's getting. I said, I know. I noticed yesterday. We're going to have a stalk of celery. Can you imagine us growing our own celery right here in East Tennessee? Mama said, well, it's a coming. Look at there. And it was about that big. Boy, I don't know what happened. It must have heard us talking. It jumped. I think it grew a foot in the next week. It come up and it was tall. And y'all ever heard celery do that? What do we do wrong? We did something wrong.
I'm going to have sweet potatoes later on. Hopefully. I've got a lot of vines now.
Mama's planted a whole new fall garden.
I got sweet potatoes. Where I dug up my regular potatoes, I went through and planted my
Now, the sweet potatoes you have to do slips, don't you?
Yeah. You put your potatoes in the ground or in a container or whatever, and then you break off when they come up and start sprouting in the vines. You break that off and you plant that. Make it a ridge and you plant that in a ridge and that'll form sweet potatoes. But out here in this one raised bed where I put the whole sweet potatoes in there and got my slips, I left them in there and they've made more slips, but I didn't have no more room to plant none, so I left them in there. I have never done that before, so
you may have a bunch of sweet potatoes under there.
I don't know if they'll make potatoes or not. That's what I'm saying. They're on the potato that I put in there, so I don't know.
You don't know if they're just growing
root and
right, I see.
Make just a vine from that potato, or if they'll even produce potatoes.
Right.
So they ain't many, but it's in that end.
You're going to do a little experiment.
They're pretty. The vines are real pretty.
Sounds good anyway.
But I've got what I had room for down there. And I said, and somebody gave me the sweet potatoes, and I didn't use them all, so I planted them. So I've not got anything in them. So if they produce any at all, it's more than what I have.
Yeah, we still got tomatoes coming in. That's a great thing in September. My Uncle Dutch always prided himself on having fresh garden tomatoes on the Christmas dinner table. And he always did. In East Tennessee, you can't do that outside. So he would bring his plants in the basement, and he would, I don't know what he would do. I don't think he had it light.
And then some of them
he would put them near a window.
He put the green tomatoes, lay them out down there, and they'd ripen too.
Yeah, so he would do the green tomatoes, let them ripen on their own, and then he would put plants down there near a window, but he kept it warmed in the basement all winter up until Christmas. And he always had red tomatoes, beautiful, beautiful tomatoes on his Christmas table. And he felt like he had successfully had a good tomato year if he had homegrown tomatoes on Christmas. We made it to Thanksgiving one year. We had them on Thanksgiving. Homegrown tomatoes on our Thanksgiving table. We've never made it to Christmas. I like to get Mama a greenhouse just for, I guess more or less for playing, for crossing seeds, maybe trying to raise some hydrangeas from stems. And mine's still doing good, folks. He's got green, it's kind of plumed out and beautiful looking. I don't know if that's the proper way to do it. I don't know if I've messed it up or not, but I'm hoping he'll make it. What I'm thinking about doing is going out there and getting some of my hydrangeas, they're purple, that are doing really well, and cutting me some samplings off from them, putting them in a pot, and trying to grow a few of those. So maybe next spring I'll have 4 or 5 new hydrangea bushes to plant.
Not work.
I have a dream. I love, on the upper side of our house, we don't have anything. There's not much of a yard out there. It's just a hay field. But you can see it when you're coming into the house. I would love to have a row.
It has to be something that requires a lot of shade.
Shade, because it's a shady side of the house. Even though it's the westward side of the house, the sun comes up in the east and goes over, and it don't get a lot of sun, if ever, up against the house. It's always pretty shady. Even the late evening shines in on it, and that's all we get. So hydrangeas should do well there, and I would love to have a whole row of hydrangeas from one end to the other, and then this big purple, pink, white, just a whole variety of hydrangeas all along that side of the house. I just couldn't imagine how pretty that would be. And I guess it's possible. People do that kind of stuff all the time. I like to have some limelights, hydrangeas, and some purple and blue. I love the blue ones. I love all the colors. And I would just love to have a mixture of hydrangeas all on the end of the house, from one end to the other end. And that's not undoable, is it? I mean, that's doable.
If you dig all the holes.
If I dig all the holes and take care of all the plants, maybe that can be a retirement project. When I retire, I can do hydrangea farming. I seen a video on Facebook, and this woman was showing her beautiful hydrangeas in her garden. And she said she had grown all of them from one or two plants that she had purchased. And I thought, wow, you did well. But she might have purchased one plant of each kind, but yet she took cuttings every year, and she had all kinds of beautiful, beautiful hydrangeas. Maggie's bowl is full. You can hear her crunching over there. Somebody was worried the other night about her bowl getting empty. Her bowl does get empty about every 2-3 days. That's about her. We put a host. Huh?
She lets you know if she ain't got food.
Oh yeah, but we watch it. But we put a whole scoop in there. Our other schnauzer, Sierra, you couldn't have done that with her. You had to feed her twice a day, every day without fail. You could never use an automatic feeder. Now Maggie has got an automatic feeder in the sunroom. So if we do forget to fill her bowl, but she just eats on it too. We have to take one of them up if we have company though, or sometimes both of them. But if we have company, she wears herself out running back and forth between the bowls.
She guards her food.
She's scared that we're all going to eat her food.
When we first got her, she'd even growl at me for getting close to her food bowl.
Yeah, she's not a happy camper when it comes to
She
food.
don't share her food with nobody or nothing.
We had one of Mama's friends came over one day, and Maggie was running back and forth and back and forth. And she said, "What's wrong with her?" I said, "Well, she's worried. She's tore all to pieces." "Why?" I said, "She's afraid you have come to eat all her food." And she said, "I won't eat it, Maggie, I promise." But she does that. And if kids are here, well, I have to remove all of her food bowls and put them out of sight, out of mind. Now, once she sees they're gone, it's the weirdest thing. Once they're gone, she don't worry about them. She'll calm right down. But as long as there's food laying there in either bowl, she is snapping at kids and barking and running at you, Mama.
Yeah, she
embarrasses us in front of the whole family.
She growls at me for getting close to him sometimes. She thinks I'm going to get her food.
Now, when we say that she growls at us, that's all. That's all. She don't snap. She don't, and it's a low growl. It's like I want to growl at you, but I ain't gonna growl at you. Growl.
She's just letting you know, don't touch my food.
Yeah, it's just you can just barely. She don't ever get aggressive. She's still a sweet, precious angel.
Sierra would eat every bite in a bowl. If she had to lay down, she'd get tired.
Now, Sierra did not care for you being around her food, but it wasn't there long enough for her to worry about it. Because she ate till it was gone. And you had to portion her out. I remember we had a half cup Tupperware measuring cup that we scooped her out so we could do 2 or 3 meals a day. Sometimes 2, but you had to watch Dad. Daddy would feed her whatever he was eating. Now, we didn't go with the rules back then. If he was eating, he'd say, "Here, honey, you can have a bite of this." And he'd feed her bread, and he'd feed her bologna, whatever he was eating. She got a bite or 2 or 3 of it.
And then he'd feed her cones of ice cream.
Cones of ice cream. And that's how he would ask for ice cream from Mom. "Mama, me and Sissy," he always called her Sissy, "me and Sissy was thinking we might eat some ice cream." And Mom would say, "Is that right? Is Sissy wanting ice cream?" "Well, I'll eat one with her. If you want to bring her one, I'll eat me one too."
She would stand on her hind legs and bounce around at the refrigerator wanting her ice cream.
And she ate it like a human. She would lick the top off, Then she would crunch around the edge of the cone till it got all the way to the bottom. And then you give her that nice little bite.
She'd never drop a drop of ice cream.
I tried to give Maggie ice cream back 4th of July 2 years ago. She had no interest whatsoever in it. She was offended that I even stuck it in her face. And she sort of snarked away and gave me the, I can't believe it.
Lord, Sierra loved it.
Sierra loved ice cream. She loved everything about it. And she loved different stuff too. Like she loved to ride. And Sierra lived, I think she was 13, 14. She had a seizure.
14, I guess.
Never did recover from it. She had seizures when she
also
started.
had congestive heart failure.
She started having seizures when she was 10 or 11. And we treated her for it. She had congestive heart failure. And we watched her weight. That's one reason we measured her stuff out. And we tried to watch Dad. And once he learned that she was, having difficulty, he quit. And that, but this was early on when she was little, that he would feed her all kinds of stuff. A little bit. Not overfeed her, but a little bit. And she loved to ride. She loved to go for a ride. And,
with him in the truck.
Maggie hates it. Maggie will not ride. Maggie don't want us to be out of her sight. If it gets quiet, if Mama's outside and I'm quiet in here, I hear her. She gets up. It's like she wakes up startled or something. She wakes up and I'll hear her running. She'll run to the garage and she'll bark and it's not to go out. It's looking for Mama. Then when she finds me, or I'll say, Maggie, I'm in here. Come in here. When she comes in there to me, she lays on my feet. If I'm sitting in a chair, or she lays right there. She will not move. And she'll lay there until she feels like we're here, for sure. And then she was fine. And sometimes, if I'm in the house, if Mama's outside or Mama's on the porch, I have to take her to Mama. Just so she can see Mama. It's Mama. She's the one. I know how it is. I know the score. Mom says that she likes me best. Mm-hmm. But that's just because she carries on when I come home. I tell Mama, I said she's probably trying to rub me off.
She tells on me when I get on.
She does tell on Mama. But when I come in the door, she barks and carries on and twists and prances, and I pet her and she's better. But here's another thing she does. She'll carry on like that. I come in this door back here most of the time, and she'll carry on like that until I come all the way through. And wherever Mama is, when she leads me to Mom, that's it. She's through with both of us, and she'll go lay down. It's like, here he is. He's here. I'm done. All that carrying on until she knows that Mom knows I'm here, and when Mama knows I'm here, you're on your own. She gone. Isn't she?
Yeah.
She's funny. This aggravated me the other day a little bit, but it was so cute. Do your kids ever aggravate you and you just like to, but yet it's so cute that you have to laugh and it just makes you tickle? So we've got a big old flower pot out here, big old, with the hydrangea in it. I let her out the other morning. It was still twilighty. And I let her out, and I was watching her. I didn't go all the way out on the porch, but I could see her right there. She went over, done her business, smelled around a little bit. She came up and stood behind that flower pot.
She hides.
And I thought, well, she's going to stay out there a second, or she's going to go and do some more business. I didn't know what she was doing. So I gave her a few minutes, and I opened the door, and I said, Maggie, come on. What are you doing, girl? I knew where she was. She didn't know I knew. I see her, like, this is the flower pot. This is what she did. She stuck her head out around the edge, went back and forth like a kid, and watching me. Around that flower pot she came. I got tickled, but it was like, I can't believe she's that manipulative. And I said, Maggie, you get in here. And she's like, oh, right here I am. Where you been? She'll do that up at the lamppost too. She'll get behind the lamppost and dawdle back and forth and look at you. because she don't want to come in really. I think she wants to stay out there a little while longer. But you know, sometimes you gotta rush her up a little bit. Maggie loves you both. She does, Karen. We just carry on with a bunch of foolishness all the time. But yeah, she loves us both. She's a sweetheart. Is your porch like Mama Sue's? Carolyn, hers is, yeah, I guess it is. I think hers is closed in with glass, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same kind of scenario. It's porch. We're going to use it like a porch. It'll have some furniture out there because we've always had furniture out there. It's more of it's going to be fireplace.
Family room porch.
Family room porch. But it's, you know, it's got the siding up. It's not sheetrocked or any of that. It's just more rustic. The ceilings have got beams, and we'll show you. But they've got all their stuff out there, and it's just, you can't hardly walk around. You know, out there. Once they get all that, and they're getting the tile, and as they're doing the tile, they're keeping it. You know, they're bringing it. They'll be moving it out. So once we get a little further along, where it don't just look like it's a disaster, we'll show it to y'all. But one of the reasons we expanded it out was we used the other one so much, the smaller one. And I mean, I did Sunday school up there. It's one of my favorite places to be. It's a staycation, vacation part of our house. Mama would go out there and take naps. She loved to go out there in the summertime when it was warm and lay on the swing and take a nap, didn't you, Mama? Yeah. And so this is going to be a multi-purpose room. I don't know what you would call it. We call it the sun porch. It is enclosed with windows, but there'll be times we'll open up all them windows and just let the breeze blow through. If we're going to break up green beans, we'll be out there probably because of tile. That way you can sweep it up easy. We'll be doing some videoing out there, I'm sure. We'll have the fireplace in the winter. We got an air conditioning unit out there for the summertime. And we're going to put a bed out there, an old iron bed, just for naps, just for a sun porch bed. That's a Southern tradition. Back in people had sun porches with beds, and people would stay out there. That was like a spare bedroom, but it was just a place to go and take a nap and enjoy. And we've got cabinets that we're putting out there, just some old white, what do they call them, Mama? Shaker style cabinet. Shaker style cabinets. Be some storage. We'll be able to put folding tables out there if we ever get to have big family get-togethers or church get-togethers here again. We could put folding tables out there and have room to have folks eat. It'll just be an all-purpose room. And we just went to the end of the house with it. It is longer, much longer. I think it's, 20 feet wide or something now? 12, 16, I don't know. Anyhow, it's a lot longer than it was, and we're going to have 2 swings. We can share a swing, but we'll have one on the other end of the porch or one on this end of the porch. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to have a place to relax. Now, in case you're saying, why would you waste that kind of money doing that? Well, here's what we did this past 3 years. We've not gone on any vacations. We've not gone any of that. So we just took vacation money and set it aside and done staycation. We've done that in the past, and that's how we built the sunroom. And we use the sunroom all the time. We go on vacations occasionally. We used to go every year, and then with Maggie, and then Dad got sick, and he was sick for over 10 years, and we really couldn't leave him. We started setting aside that vacation. Everybody has that vacation fund going all the time. So we started setting aside our vacation money, and we would save it up, and then we would do something that we would enjoy all the time, like a patio. We've done our patio up front, and that we've enjoyed that tremendously. And we have a patio in the back. We like to. I read one time, just you know how something hits you. I read one time somebody said, save your vacation money and make a staycation. You use 365 days out of the year in your home. Create a landscape garden. Put a swing set up. Do something that you're going to spend more money than you normally would spend, but it's something you'll enjoy and it will relax you and be somewhere you can get away and do it regularly instead of just 1 week, 7 days out of the year. And Mama liked that idea. Mama, I feel like you need to be over here beside me.
No, I'm all right. Okay,
Mama liked that idea.
Put it on me, I did.
I'm going to get a talking to when this video's over. Mama liked that idea, and we've done that on several projects, haven't we, Mama?
Yeah.
When we do a project here, we save up for it, and we apply that vacation money that we would have set aside, and we use it on something to enjoy and relax. And we use that stuff. Mama likes that back porch as much as me, don't you?
Yeah. Now I can have we'll have his and her swings.
That's right. You have a guest swing.
No, I'm going to claim one all by myself.
All by herself, she says. It's going to be mine.
So I can lay down.
Well, you'll have a bed out there.
Yeah.
We like to put quilts out. That means something to us. We don't destroy them. But, handmade quilts on the swing, that's wonderful too. And when you go out there, it's not just enjoying the swing. You remember Granny's quilt. And you're sitting there, and it takes you back, it relaxes your mind. That's reason coffee time, we want coffee time to be an escape for a moment from negativity. We don't discuss negative stuff. We don't want to talk about debates. All we want to do is laugh, live, and have a good time. And that's the reason sometimes people make negative comments, but that ain't what this is about. We want to eat a little, talk a little, chat. Sometimes we're just sitting here talking like this, but this is what we're really doing. This is not like, Saturday we're going to have a chat with coffee time. This was just spontaneous. A lot of times our stuff, people say, y'all don't do this or your camera. We don't do a lot of planning. Ours is more about spontaneous. Ours is more about
just life.
Just life. And most of the time, literally, and it's not that we don't care enough to prepare. Most of the time we turn the camera on and this is what's going on. I mean, we just say, that's what happened this morning. Mama said, I wonder what everybody else is doing today. And I said, well, let's find out. So that's what we did. We just turned it on and here we are. I mean, that's the reason you got the end of the brunch instead of the beginning of the brunch. We didn't plan it that way. Wasn't planned at all, actually. Our suppers, we do plan them, but we plan them maybe an hour to 30 minutes before. It ain't like, don't ask me what we're doing.
10 minutes before.
Or 10 minutes before, just like you do at your house. Don't ask me, what are y'all going to film next Tuesday? Because there is no telling. Some of you all probably are very organized and you know what you're going to fix. You might even have it on your refrigerator. Monday night, this. We ain't done none of that. Even if we did, we'd change. One time we did do that. I remember when I was younger, Mama said, now we're going to find out what you're having at school for lunch. And they had a calendar. And then on the bottom of those days, I'm going to put what we're having for supper, that we will know what we're eating. That lasted about 3 days, and we started switching and changing. Let's don't have spaghetti tonight. We'll move it to here. Mom said, this is like running a business. Forget this mess. We'll just have what we're having. That's what we did. Ain't it, Mama?
Yeah.
And Mama's, I want to tell you, she's the world's worst. Oh, listen to Princess. She's the world's worst for cooking in the middle of the night in her head. And then getting up the next morning, and that's what we're having. Like, we'll go to bed, and she'll say, what do you want for lunch tomorrow? And I'll say, what are you going to want to do, Mama? We'll just have something simple. Well, why don't we just have hamburgers? And I said, okay. She may get it in her head in the middle of the night to have pot roast, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, green beans, gravy. And I'll wake up Sunday morning, and she's already starting it. And she'll say, last night I got on my mind, I want a pot roast. So that's what we have. And that's just real living. That's just what we do. Maggie said she wants out. Mama's going to take her out. That Princess. She's the doll. But this morning at 4 o'clock, she said she wanted me to take her out. Which, this is not her fault. That's me training her, because every morning at 5 o'clock I let her out. So, her clock might have been a little fast or something today, but most of the time it's 5 o'clock when she goes out. But this morning was an hour earlier, and it's Saturday. She had me all messed up. Not too bad, but I stayed up an hour or so, and I thought, I'm just gonna lay back down. If there would have been coffee made at 4 o'clock, I would probably have stayed up. And I didn't make coffee at 4 o'clock. I've got my y'all's Keurig or whatever in pods. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do. I don't use Keurig because it's instant coffee is more so than not. But I'm thinking I'm going to get my Keurig back out and have my pods ready for those kind of times. You know, sometimes late at night I want a cup of coffee and I don't have any made and I don't want to make a whole pot. And I want decaf instead of regular because it's so late, but I just want a good hot cup of coffee. And so I could use it on those occasions. And I could use it when Maggie gets me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to make a whole pot of coffee. I could throw something in the Keurig and have it ready to go.
I said one out there in the sunroom.
Yeah, I have a Keurig.
Is there one out there and one out in the garage? Or 2 in yonder?
No, one out there and one in the garage. When they first came out, I grabbed one. You know, I thought, oh, this would be the best thing ever. And I never did really get to liking it. So I had one. And then I had it for several years. And then QVC had a sale of the day, and it was this better one. And it came with a pot, a whole big pot of coffee that you could make. And I thought, whoa, I could make a whole pot of coffee instantly like that. Now that I like. So I got the one with the pot, and that's the last one I ever bought. But I did make a pot or two, and it was okay, but it wasn't as good as my percolator coffee. I was spoiled to the perk. I love my perk coffee. I used to only have it on the weekends because of the timing. Because I was doing it always on the stovetop, and you can't leave that. You know, you don't want to. I'll forget it. So I would come in, put my coffee on, and sit here and read or study or something till it made, and then I would have my perk coffee. And then Miss Pam bought me an electric percolator. She heard me talking about I was going to try one, and she bought me one. Her and Joe sent it to us, and I've been using it every day since. Except every once in a while, like today, I will perk some on the stove. But it's not as special as it used to be because I wasn't getting perk coffee every day. There's a difference. If you're doing drip and perk, try and get electric perk. And when I say try to get a stovetop if you want to just do weekends or something. But the electric one, I can plug it in, make the coffee, get it started, go take a shower, get ready, come in here, my coffee's ready. You can't do that with a stovetop. You've got to stay with that one. That's the difference in them. And there might be a slight taste difference because the stovetop does get a little stronger because it's boiling and going over and over. Depends on how long you leave it on there. So this is the stovetop version. Stovetop perk. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Mama, hand me that percolator. You're standing right there, right?
Oh.
I'll show y'all. Mama's over there cleaning already.
Oh.
I'll show you all. Next time I make it in this one, I'll show you. Because someone asked me not long ago about the stovetop perk. So this is your stovetop perk. It's just, you can get these on Amazon. And it's just a burner. I would turn it up, but it's full of coffee. And look here, it's still hot. It'll stay hot on that burner, even with it off for a long time. But this is clear. Well, mine's stained. But it perks up in here. You can see it bubbling. Your grandma and grandpa might have had one. Maybe your mom and dad had one. But see, it perks up in there, and you're watching for that. You put your grounds in here. And this is up to you. The water comes up out of the middle, shoots over top of this, then it goes down on it, and then you have your grounds in this ground basket here, which comes out. And you put your loose grounds right in here. Someone asked me one time, could you make tea in it, loose tea? I don't know. I wouldn't make it in my coffee pot. If I did, I'd dedicate one to tea. And it has this little thing that sits in the bottom.
That's how it perks.
And it gets hot and it perks up and the water comes up and it shoots up this tube. That spring helps you to put your basket back in there. And that sits on the bottom. And then you've got a pot full of coffee in there. You can use these out camping. You can use these over an open fire. You can use these on a gas or electric. You see how hot it still is, and it's been made ever since we've been talking. But then you can put your lid back on it, and it'll stay hot for even longer. But this is the old stovetop perks. I've got several of these, different, where I've got them in, let's just say vintage, but they're not necessarily vintage. Some of them are just good old percolators. I've got them in estate sales or thrift shops or something like that. But this was a new one. It's on my Amazon. But the coffee is so good. This is y'all's brand. This is Breakfast Blend. And I do drink it 99.9% of the time black. Occasionally, this time of year, occasionally I'll get a pumpkin spice or something in the evening. In the morning, I want my coffee just like this. But occasionally I will put cream in it. So y'all may see me in the evenings when we're filming and say, oh, he's got cream in his coffee. He said he only drank it black. Some of y'all get mixed up with rules. It's not a rule. It's just my preference. My preference is right here. Occasionally, for some reason, I'll think, I want a flavor coffee today. I want cream in it. And sometimes I'll do that for 1 cup. Maybe. Most coffee drinkers are serious about their coffee. I do go back and forth with mine a little bit. I will do flavors occasionally. Mama does flavors all the time. She does honey French or hazelnut creamer or
French vanilla. No.
Do you like pumpkin? I don't remember. Was you drinking coffee that much last fall?
No.
I bet you would now, though.
I just drink that flavor.
You have
I
gone.
want a little coffee in my creamer.
You have gone from never drinking coffee to drinking a cup or two every now and then to now you drink it every day.
Just about it.
Yeah. So Mama's come around to coffee. But now this y'all's coffee is good coffee. Y'all started they released this morning. I've not heard from them, so I don't know if they sold out or not. They released their pint jars, and you get 12 of them. You can can in these. You can use these just for drinking. But they are a limited edition 16-ounce mason jar. And there you can see they have y'all on them. Right there. And they are mason jars. And they do come with a lid and a flat on every jar. So if you tried to buy flats and you rings, you know that's an additional savings there. And it says Y'all Sweet Tea. It's got their brand and it's got their logo emblem on it where they have what they have on their tape and on all their products. And it's embossed or raised on there. It's on there permanent. It's part of the glass. And it says Hayden, Alabama, which is where they're from on the other side. So it's a nice little collector out of it, and they'll never make these again. This is not gonna be sell out, bring back. This is it. This is the last time they'll ever make these. They are gonna have some more, but there'll be 6 or 8 designs. So they'll all have different designs on them, and they'll all be jars that you can actually can in. You can drink out of them, you can craft with them, or you can gift them, it says. So they released them today. You get this box right here, 12 of them, limited edition. There's all that information, and that's their little design they have on the jar too. And they all have rings and flats. We got ours yesterday. They sent them to us to show you all. So this morning at 8 o'clock they released them. I hope they still have some. He had like 60,000 boxes of them.
Ooh.
It's a bunch. But I like to drink out of. I've drank out of my whole life. We've drank out of mason jars my whole life. My granny, I think It was. So us kids, if we broke them, and I was the only grandkid, but if there was other kids around, it was just a jar, not one of her good glasses. But we drank out of mason jars. Mm-hmm. And then as I got older, we drank out of quarts. I love to get a quart jar right now, today. I love it. Quart jar of lemonade. Love to drink lemonade, homemade lemonade out of a mason jar. Mom, you got anything else to say?
No.
You done with us?
Yeah, I'm done. No, I ain't done. I'm going to go plant my mustard green.
She's going to go garden a while.
Because I've got to get that done. They're giving, I think, a chance of rain tomorrow.
Well, that'd be good. We need a little rain.
I could wait till Monday, but I don't want to after it rains. Try to do
No. We'll go down there. I'll go down with you.
I'm just going out here on the patio. I'm not planting down there. Because I don't want to pick them. I'm afraid there's a snake down there.
Mr. Longfellow. We have Mr. Longfellow.
You have to put your hands right down in the greens to pick them.
Mr. Longfellow lives down near her other raised bed, which is near the barn. She has a big one down by the down by the barn, and Mr. Longfellow leaves his skins on her cross ties sometimes to let her know that she's in
That's
her
his.
He's been there for several years, and I believe it's the same old fella. The guys seen him last week down at the barn, and just to reconfirm to us, he is just a good old standard black snake. He's not a poisonous snake. Sometimes you find a skin and you really can't tell, but sometimes you find a skin and you wonder what that belongs to. So Mr. Longfellow, we named him Mr. Longfellow, and he's hiding down there, lurking around. But he's handy. He keeps any mice or rats or anything like that. He'll take care of those. We don't have any mice or rats around here. None. Do we, Mom?
No. Not now, since your daddy don't have all that feed and stuff for all his different.
We never did have mice or rats up at the house. It was always down at the barn.
It was.
But we kept them controlled. Dad had big old pipes, and he would put, let's just call it treats in the middle of them, and they could run in there and get it, but yet the dogs or nothing couldn't get to them. And he had them buried so they couldn't roll. He had concrete. He had them fixed up really secure. You had to be a rat. You had to be a rat to get the treat. And that always kept them at bay. We never did have many. And we always had a Mr. Longfellow around somewhere. Dad would always keep one somewhere close. He wouldn't let you kill them. Don't you kill that. Which we don't kill them. But, live and let live. As long as it's not a poisonous one. If we found a poisonous snake, I would call somebody and relocate it up in the woods somewhere so far away. We don't need any poisonous snakes. Knock on wood and thank the good Lord. I don't ever know of having a poisonous snake here.
I believe we had one.
Mama had one in the front door.
Yeah, I do believe we had one.
A copperhead. It was a copperhead, she said. Mama, that copperhead would have had you 3 times out there.
He couldn't eat through the glass.
He could have come around that glass and got you.
Yeah, that it was.
It was a good old-fashioned chicken snake. He was brownish, speckly looking, she said. But he was too long to be a copperhead. The copperhead wouldn't have been hung over the outside of the door, looped into the inside of the door, hung back over the outside of the door, almost down to the handle.
No, it wasn't that long.
Now, Mama, you told me.
Not down to no handle.
Well, you told me he was pretty long.
He was long. He hung over the door and stuff.
You said he was 5 or 6 feet long.
No, 5 maybe, not no 6.
The story is getting different the longer it's been since she's seen this snake.
It wasn't 6 foot long.
A
Now,
five-
Mr. Longfellow, I believe, is 6 foot long.
Now, Mr. Longfellow's 6 foot long.
I believe he could be 6 foot long.
Mr. Copperhead in the door was over 5 feet long, she says. Our copperheads are the shorter variety.
They are.
A good copperhead around here would be 2.5 feet, maybe They ain't usually that long, Mama. And copperheads are too mean. Copperheads are mean. Now, if you want, I'd rather have a rattlesnake as a copperhead. Don't want either. Make that clear. But a rattlesnake will do a lot to tell you he's there, and he will try to. He will only bite you if he has to. Normally, or feel you. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't tested these theories, but they will shake that tail. They will try to run you off, and if they feel threatened, they will bite you. A copperhead, they just lay there and they grab you.
They coil up first before they bite.
I guess they all do.
I was blackberry picking and one was coiled. I don't know what kind of snake. It was coiled all up and its head sticking up in there like this.
Well, now that don't mean it's ready to bite you. That they lay that way. I mean, sometimes. So sometimes they're just being a snake, but no. For everything I've read on them and everything I've heard my uncles and my daddy say, copperheads are just plain old mean. Rattlesnakes, they mean. But they will try to warn you.
I would listen to a rattlesnake. I'd get away from it real fast.
Yeah, copperheads, they just bite. They just mean. Happy Saturday, everybody. Mama, come closer so you can tell them. We're so far away. Say goodbye, Mama. We may be back later this evening if we do something else. And we may see you in the morning at Sunday School Highlights. So either way, Lord willing, we'll see you when we see you. Y'all have a blessed day. Get out and enjoy something in your yard today. Stay safe, y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye.